What's up, YouTubers? It's Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. In light of Avengers Infinity War, and just something that I've read a while ago, but just really never taken the time to talk about on this channel, it led me to want to ask the question, have you read Jeff Lemire and Mike Deodato's wonderful tale of the Mad Titan, the Big Bad Booty Daddy, the Space Debo, Infinity Suge Knight? No? Well, you should. This story is a follow-up to a 3-part epic run by Jim Starlin: the Infinity Revelation, the Infinity Relativity, and the Infinity Finale. That's a lot of infinities. You don't really need to be woke on these stories to enjoy this one, and I have proof. I haven't read them all, and I still love them. But those are videos for another day when I either have a video editor, all the time in the world, or both. But before we get started, if you are brand new to my channel, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Click, click. This tale sees Thanos, having been away on his many adventures in the books I mentioned earlier, returns. Roll credits, only to find that Corvus Glaive, his most trusted lieutenant, has taken over the Black Quadrant, and he's not the least bit pleased. Thanos comes in kicking names and taking butts, or is that the other way around? And though Corvus is prepared to die for his seat of power, Thanos is more than happy to test his might, destroying his glaive, the thing that his life force is tied to, and basically gives him a choice: kill yourself and die fast, or die by Thanos' hands and it lasts as many hours as there are episodes of Grey's Anatomy. Mission accomplished? Sure, but here's the problem. Thanos doesn't have time to gloat, because he's dying. This leads to Thanos traveling to the fringes of the Shi'ar Empire, the moon of Gilgrath, to seek his father, Mentor, the only man he believes can figure out what's wrong with him, and someone who's more than happy to watch him die. Coercing him into running tests by strong-arming his father's science team, the results are in, and they're not good. He's suffering from rapid cellular entropy. His body is literally eating itself, so rapid in fact, Thanos may not even have 2 weeks to live. God cancer. Unhappy with the results, he ends his father, only to be found by the Shi'ar Empire's Imperial Guard, the most elite fighting force in that corner of the cosmos. Of course, Thanos bodies them, but it doesn't take long for the Imperial Guard to realize something's up. Thanos is wrecking shop, to be sure, but he's not hitting with the same force they're used to seeing. And just when the Mad Titan is about to really bring the pain, Gladiator shows up. And well, Gladiator does what Gladiator do: knock people the F-U-C-K out. With Thanos in Shi'ar custody, he takes his licks and allows himself to be treated like trash, because he is patiently waiting for his jailer to slip up, and he does, managing to get free. And of course, it takes no time for Thanos to prove why he is the most feared being in the cosmos, unleashing his fury and merciless raw power, destroying everything in his path, so that he may return to his home, the Black Quadrant, only to find his army of mercenaries and soldiers and stone-cold killers is wiped out. But by who? Who would dare vex the Suge Knight of the Marvel Universe? There's a character I haven't spoken of: Thane, the inhuman son of Thanos, and currently on a Thanos quest of his own, or rather a Thane quest of his own. Since the first issue of Thanos, Thane has been amassing power. After having the silver tongue of Ebony Maw filling Thane's head with delusions of grandeur, Thane is setting off to become the eventual ruler of the universe. But unfortunately for him, while attacking the Black Quadrant during Thanos' absence, the Coven comes along and deems Thane unworthy of filling the Mad Titan's shoes, blasting the bejesus out of him, stripping him of his powers, and leaving Corvus Glaive able to subdue Ebony Maw with little trouble, and the Black Quadrant became his. This leads to Thane being imprisoned by Glaive on the Black Quadrant with none other than Trico Slatteris, the champion. The same champion Thanos tricked out of an Infinity Stone in Thanos' quest. They eventually become friends, but Thane's sanity is tested when they're separated, and Thane is forced to live out several long months in solitary confinement. Turns out death has been watching him for a long time, and she reveals herself to Thane, offering him freedom and a chance to do the one thing he wants more than anything else in the world: to kill Thanos. And Death wants the exact same thing, but there's no way he's going to pull this off alone. Thane, in ways Danny Ocean could only dream of, puts together a team to pull off the perfect job. He frees Trico and immediately gets him in on the plan to take down Thanos. Because raw power, he sends Trico to recruit Eros, the Star Fox, Thanos' own brother, who, for lack of a better way to put it, has the gift of gab. And though Thanos is his brother, Eros has always had this "Thanos is my problem to handle when I eventually decide to handle him, but I never will because I can't" thing going on. But regardless, he signs on. They also need someone who can fly a ship like nobody's business and infiltrate the most dangerous places in the known galaxies. Who better than Nebula, who has zero interest in these shenanigans but eventually plays ball. It's not like she doesn't have her own beef with Thanos. Infinity Gauntlet, anyone? Now, even with this ragtag band of misfits, Thane still doesn't stand a snowball's chance in Muspelheim at beating Thanos. Yet, there's something they need, and Terrax the Terrible has it. Terrax is not a guy who likes to mess around. The former Herald of Galactus, wielder of the power cosmic, and master of Earth manipulation, as his name may imply, already knows the game is on. He hates Eros, and though he is incredibly resistant to Eros' power of charm, he's not the shiniest geode in the cave. And while Eros has Terrax and his army's attention, Thane, Nebula, and Trico make a mad dash for the objective, like a good Overwatch player. But things go from sugar to shiitake faster than your mom can hit you with her left shoe from 50 yards away. But Thane is determined, and he finds that what he's looking for, the one thing that can give him the power he needs to best his father, the Phoenix Force. Feeling a little betrayed and knowing what omnipotence can do to a person, Nebula kills Thane. Unfortunately, she kills him dead onto the egg housing the Phoenix Force. Poor Nebula, because this was part of Death and Thane's plan. The egg required a death to open and rebirth its would-be host. And now Thane is a god, and with Death by his side, exclaiming that Thane is the only one worthy of her love before the Mad Titan himself, and Thane wastes no time blasting Thanos into oblivion. Only he didn't kill him. He banished him to the far reaches of space to feel what Thane felt when he was banished and left powerless to scrape and crawl, to survive as nothing more than a mere mortal and eventually die alone. Death warns him that now that Thane has true, unrivaled power, people will come for him to take it from him, and he's more than happy to wait for them to arrive. This Thanos book, Jeff Lemire, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, he put his foot in this book. He really did some serious work on this. This book is so good. And the thing is, I didn't even really tell you everything. That's really just a summary of what this book is all about. You could still read this book and find out so much more, and I do highly advise that you do. This sets off an epic series. I think this is really the first time that a Thanos title, like a singles title, has ever been so good, so relevant. Not only that, the follow-up by Donny Cates is just amazing. But anyways, I don't want to say too much more, but let me know what you thought about Thanos Volume 1, Thanos Returns. Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, Hulk smash that like button. And if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, make sure you click subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers and tap that bell so you know when I post up. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Plus Ultra!